can be in, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Vaginal Fantasy Book Club Hangout. This is number 68. Yeah. And it was supposed to be our last hangout. If you have looked at the forums, oh God. As I couldn't possibly end this without actually having myself playing in another window. And
it's like old times. It's like a tribute.
Just a little echo. It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't horrible, but I was like, oh, because I want to look at the chat. And we also have our Discord going on. If you are, and my friend is texting me about her flight. If you love this book club and you want to continue participating because it's going to continue, go to the Discord. I'm sure somebody's going to link it in this chat. I'll try to put a link into the description. It's an awesome Discord with hundreds of people on there talking about books, and it's going to continue along with the Goodreads forum. We're just going to be ending these hangouts, and we're going to end them all the way tonight, but poor Kyla, our fourth host, had to go to urgent care. We've all been sick for 3 months, and she, I guess, got super sick tonight and had to go to the urgent care. So our thoughts are with you, Kyla. We're not going to end the club without you. So what we're going to do today is discuss Awakens, which was our last month club pick, which we couldn't discuss because of everybody being sick. And then we have our new book that a lot of people haven't read yet, but we'll just loosely discuss it, Care and Memory. And then we will have a final number 69 Vaginal Fantasy Hangout wrap up to really end the hangout. It's been 6 long years, you guys, and we'll save a lot of this talk for the next one. But it's been an amazing journey, and you guys have been great, and we're sad to end it. But we know that you guys are going to keep smut in your hearts and keep reading the romance and getting it out there and being proud of it.
And, you know, I think it's appropriate that for the last episode, we're getting a little bit of Vaginal Fantasy Blue Balls for the finale.
It's true. So Blue Balls, and then we end on a 69.
Yeah, so perfect.
It's kind of perfect.
It makes sense. It just makes sense. Yeah.
So I want to, of course, I had it locked on Bonnie, and then she left because, you know, we had to have everything go wrong tonight. My co-host, minus Kyla, who we have in our thoughts, and hopefully she's getting better as we speak. We have Veronica Belmont from San Francisco.
Rainy San Francisco. Hello, everybody.
And Bonnie Burton, who formerly of San Francisco, now in Los Angeles resident.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. North Hollywood. What?
You have a great, and I love your bookshelves. They're color coordinated.
Yeah, it's the only thing in my apartment I actually got done. I'm still like unpacking everything. So it's like, I wanted to have a backdrop that was books for this.
It's beautiful.
I couldn't find a light bulb for the light, so it's a little dark in here. And then I just put in an orange light, and now it's like reflecting off my glasses. So I'm a hot mess. I'm sorry.
No, you know, I have to say this new setup looks very like LA. It looks like a very professional studio. It's kind of badass. I'm digging it.
It's a loft, so it's not falling apart like all the Victorians I'm used to. And it might start, and it's raining here too. So
we're supposed to have like a deluge for the next 2 days, right?
Yeah, it's going to be super bad.
Would you like to know more information about
I would love to know more information, Veronica.
It's called an atmospheric river.
Oh.
And it originates, I believe, in the area of Hawaii. And it's a weather phenomena. And yes, it will rain. There's going to be winter storm warnings up in the Sierras from Wednesday, like 5 p.m. until Friday morning. They're getting like another 2 to 3 feet of snow. I'm sure there's going to be snow in the mountains down by you guys. And yeah, tons of rain for the next 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, I'm depressed about that, but I actually cleaned my house. I got rid of a bunch of furniture to make another play area for Calliope. And I cleaned my storage unit out. So I was like, now I have nothing to do but write if I get my ass to it.
Nice.
Anyway, but so we're going to discuss the 2 books, guys. So we're going to discuss Awakens, which was our last month's pick, which we could not actually schedule the hangout for because everyone kept getting sick and going out of town. And then we'll briefly discuss Care and Memory, which was the pick that was only 2 weeks ago that we picked it. So things have been a little crazy here, and as you can see, it's probably for the best that we're kind of wrapping up the hangout part because it's like herding cats, and I include myself in the cats. Pussy. Anyway.
Should I wear cat ears if we're going to talk cats?
I mean, I don't think we're talking cats anymore. We're just going to talk Awakens, which I can read. You don't have a physical copy of that, right?
It's somewhere behind me.
Does anybody know what the color of the spine of Awakens is?
What's the color look like? Maybe you guys
I can read it to you. I can read it to you.
You can? Okay. Oh, Veronica, read it. Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
A library apprentice, a sorcerer prince, and an unbreakable magic bond. The Solaris Empire is one conquest away from uniting the continent, and the rare elemental magic sleeping in 17-year-old library apprentice Vala Jarl could shift the tides of war. Vala has always been taught to fear the Tower of Sorcerers, a mysterious magic society, and has been happy in her quiet world of books. But after she unknowingly saves...
No, it was so beautiful.
But after she unknowingly saves the life of one of the most powerful sorcerers of them all, the Crown Prince Aldrich, she finds herself enticed into his world. Now she must decide her future, embrace her sorcery and leave the life she's known, or eradicate her magic and remain as she's always been. And with powerful forces lurking in the shadows, Vala's indecision could cost her more than she ever imagined.
Wow, you should do audiobooks.
I got a little wine mouthy there halfway through.
Are you drinking wine? Are you drinking?
What
are we drinking tonight? What are you drinking, Veronica?
Wine. That I don't know the name of.
It looks like red.
It's red wine.
It's red. It's red. It's red wine. So
red.
I'm basically
wine. Oh my God!
Be close to me.
Careful, we're gonna have to pay trademark.
Don't let me be.
Oh, yeah.
These are not monetized, guys. Last month, Vaginal Fantasy, all the episodes combined made $4 worth of red fare, and I'm not exaggerating. Not exaggerating. $4.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Rain.
How much wine have you had?
That really just the one glass.
God, she's so good. Okay, what are you drinking?
I made up a new drink. It's first of all, it's in my Spider-Man glass with an umbrella because I found a box of cocktail umbrellas when I was unpacking.
That's fancy as shit.
And so I made a drink that's sparkling clementine orange Izzy with gin.
I'm on board. I'm on board.
So I think that's a British. I think it's a British drink. Or I'm just saying that.
Wow.
I don't know. I've had a couple so far.
You've already caught a couple. You're a couple deep.
This is a big glass. This is a pint glass. So this is my second one.
It is orange.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
did you used to do Tang?
No, that's Kyla.
That was Kyla.
Kyla did Tang and vodka, I think. That was her astronaut. That was her astronaut drink.
Hopefully she's still going to do that next time. I'm drinking bedtime tea because my baby is teething and I'm going to have to go feed her with my boobies. So I can't have the alcohols, but I did just eat a sea salt brownie. So I'm substituting food, alcohol for calories.
Yeah, we're just drinking our calories. Really.
Yeah. You're not doing that thing where you put brandy on the baby gums?
I would love it. I gave her some baby Motrin because I was like, okay, let's go to sleep. Because she woke up every hour last night, and I'm like, I'm tired.
So I was under the impression that the liver does its thing, and then it's okay to have a little alcohol. I'm not a mom. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research.
As long as you're not buzzed, the baby won't be buzzed. But I just don't know when she's going to wake up because last night she woke up every hour. So it used to be for a couple months. Then she would just go to sleep and not wake up for 4 hours, and then I could totally. So hopefully next month, whenever we do this wrap up thing, I'll be able to have some, tiny wines.
Gotcha.
Tiny wine.
Oh, that would be good if we all had tiny wines.
That would be nice. Let's do that. Okay, see, we're doing it. And LeAngelis in the Discord says the edging is real. So it's true. Oh. This is the edging. This is the number 68, the edging to 69.
Okay. Oh, I brought a scary doll.
Oh, good. Let's just show it out before we talk about the book.
Oh, is that a
It's an original Blythe doll.
Wow.
My friend Gina Guerin made those. She was my producer on a bunch of stuff. She made them, and she would go to Japan. She's a really good friend.
This is one from the 60s, as you can tell from her cult outfit.
Wow.
Yeah, so Gina
Yeah.
did a whole like photography book and like
Oh yeah,
revamped
for
the life dolls. Yeah.
it's for Chronicle Books. It's a really cool book. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I love those dolls. I think they're really pretty. I have a Madame Alexander doll that I just gave to Calliope because I was like, oh, I used to have the original tissue paper and box, but it's gone now.
Oh. But that's what they're for. The toys are for kids, and you're not supposed to keep them in mint condition. They're supposed to be played with. So.
I don't want to grow up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. From bikes and trains
Things
to
and video games. It's the biggest
store there is.
Boopy-doo.
I don't want to grow up because if I did, I would be a Toys R Us kid. Don't want to grow up. Don't want to grow up. I want to. The 90s, it got like a little like rap underscore. Like
I'm totally bankrupt. I'm totally
I don't
bankrupt.
wanna
I'm
grow up.
bankrupt. I'm bankrupt. I'm bankrupt.
We're getting bought by Amazon for our warehouse space.
What was the name of the giraffe? I forgot his name.
Toby. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gerald? Maybe?
No, it was not Gerald. He was a
I don't know.
child.
That feels right.
I don't know. I can't remember mascot names, so I
It was
assume
him
they're
in the what was his name? Guys, somebody know it.
somebody on Discord or chat or
Jeffy.
something.
Jeffrey.
That's right.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
Yeah.
Joffrey? That's a very different giraffe.
He was that's a high maintenance giraffe name if I ever heard one.
Joffrey.
Like Joffrey Ballet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
I have a cough still. Sorry, because I had the flu last week. Okay,
Hey, me
guys,
too. I have
I
a cough too.
I know
Yeah.
everybody's been sick. Listen, and if you have a child, I feel bad for Kyla because children are just infection vectors. I've gotten sick more in the last 6 months than I ever have, and I think it's this child thing.
I agree.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Yeah, they get sick all the time. But anyway, okay, Air Awakens. What do we have to say about this book? I picked this book and Care Memory because last month was officially my pick, and then Bonnie was sick, so I picked another one just to throw out there, and then we never had the hangout. But so I apologize if anybody hated either of these books.
Oh,
I liked them.
I haven't finished Care and Memory yet, but I liked Air Awakens a lot. It wasn't perfect, but I started reading the second one, so I must
tell
have
us,
liked it.
Veronica, you start. Tell us about Air Awakens.
God, well, it has been a long time now since I read it, and I am about halfway through the second book.
Mhm.
But it was one of those kind of like, there's a lot of these stories, like coming of age stories, people coming into their magic for the first time, and like that origin story of like how they handle it and like what is the consequences. And I think they make a bigger deal about her indecision about it in the blurb than I think actually happened in the book.
Mhm.
Because I think she had kind of decided earlier on that she was going to go for it, but she was kind of like maybe lying to herself a little bit, or maybe trying to just keep, what's his Aldrich, like kind of at bay.
Mhm.
And then I made the mistake of like either looking at the cover of the second book or seeing some like fan art somewhere where they did it up like super like anime style. And then for some reason I just had a real hard time getting back into their romance again after.
Oh, because it was it like Aldrich had that hair?
The hair is the hair.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The image of the hair ruined it for me. And I went from being like, oh, he sounds kind of hot, to being like,
Oh no, I'm looking at it. It's really bad. He's total Final Fantasy, and she's got like a bob or something. It's like a 1990s.
Well, because she cuts all her hair off.
Yeah. But still,
at the end of the book.
oh
But
yeah, it's a nega boner.
I loved her hair. I loved the art on the first book, and the second book just ruined it for me.
Let's see the third one. The third one is it looks like Hermione, and it looks like. No, that's terrible.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these books. There's a lot of them.
I mean, we had this problem before with romance books, is that some of the covers just like ruin the whole book for us, because then we can't unsee what the characters look like based on the covers.
The last one is great. Crystal Crown. It's 5 books, guys, and Crystal Crown is good. The 2 with a guy on the front are just not happening. He really looks like he looks a little bit like Jane Lynch.
Which is, I mean,
in Final Fantasy, which is not necessarily unattractive. It's just not what I had in my head.
Yeah. They're Kindle Unlimited? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can get all of them for 99 cents or Kindle Unlimited, which is great.
I have Kindle Unlimited, so maybe I didn't pay for them. I don't remember.
It is, you know what? It's the Dark Crystal, not the Dark Crystal, but Legend. Not Legend. What was the one with the
Legend was Tom Cruise.
Yeah, not Legend. You know the one. Why am I blinking? The one with the girl, Jennifer Connelly in it.
Oh, Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. It looks like that guy in Labyrinth.
David Bowie?
Yes, he looks like David
guy.
Bowie.
I like how you just called David Bowie.
I'm really
Our one and only God. You called David
I'm like,
Bowie
goodbye.
that guy.
Oh boy, it looks like a Vulcan David Bowie. Okay, with a facelift. That's what he looks like in this cover.
That sounds really hot to me.
Okay, fine.
And we just lost Veronica because you
David
called
Bowie was my
Bowie
first
that guy.
lady boner.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had to like take a second.
Yeah, mine too.
To, like,
Mine was David Hasselhoff. I apologize.
What?
I know.
What? Which Hasselhoff? Baywatch Hasselhoff or
No, it was
Knight Rider?
Knight Rider?
Knight Rider.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Oh, is it? Okay. Is
Yeah.
that the more acceptable? Definitely not Baywatch. I'm not.
Or was it Baywatch Nights?
What is Baywatch Nights?
That's when they would solve supernatural
That's
crimes.
right.
What?
Yes.
Supernatural ones?
Yeah, it was basically supernatural, and when he wasn't a lifeguard, he was a PI. Yeah.
How do I not know this?
I know. This
Why
is
don't
like-
we have Mystery Science Theater for TV shows? 'Cause
I mean, it
sounds
was
amazing.
it was really bad. You should. I'm sure there's like YouTube episodes.
Oh, I'm sure. They probably don't defend their copyright that close. Okay.
Okay, so all right, so okay, I'll just a couple more thoughts.
Yeah. Couple more thoughts.
So I enjoyed it. I'm hearing an echo somewhere. It's one of you.
I have my earplugs in.
I have my
No.
earplugs in.
I can see them.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Very
going
confusing.
I am in a
Anyway.
loft.
Earplugs in?
I'm in a loft.
We all have our earplugs in. What's going on?
Is
Somewhere
it,
Kyla is like somehow
Kyla
pushed
just-
back the audio through. She found a way.
Oh no.
Just kidding. So it was pretty messed up. Like that guy that I can't remember his name now. The one that she was
Aldrich?
friends with. No, her.
Oh,
her
that guy.
friend.
Yes, I hated that relationship.
That relationship was terrible.
Yeah, really bad. I can't remember
really,
that guy's
like-
name.
Yeah, he seemed nice at first, but then he like totally like bailed on her.
I knew he was creepy guy. He was
Yeah.
being set up as creepy friend guy who wants more and will push it.
Is getting
Yeah,
like
he was-
friend zoned, but still
Yeah.
like
Sareem.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was way too creepy. I did
Oh.
not get that at all.
Wow. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You're
I
looking
can
into
I
my
can
soul.
see I can see your skeletons. I just thought I would wear these for 3 seconds and then
Do you,
take
see,
them off.
do you see my cadaver bone?
I
On my
can.
wrist,
I
my
can.
metal plates, and my zombie hand.
I could see all of our alien implants that we don't know about too.
Oh, where are they? Is that why
Always
I
in the
gained
nose.
5 pounds? It's always, in the nose?
Always.
So basically, this is not my note. This part where I should have gotten fixed 10 years ago.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I had a manager once that retouched my nose in a photo without even asking me, and I was like, "Wow, my nose looks strangely straight here."
Oh no, I did that. I had a publisher that did that with my author photos, and she airbrushed it so much that it looked like I was a mannequin. It was creepy. It was not good. It was not a
Oh,
good
boy.
picture. No.
I'm gonna
I
have to
agree.
ask you about that later.
Sareem, and he died, so I was kind of happy.
He really died.
died, which I thought was a bold move. Like I was hoping, because in one of these romance kind of teeny romances, it's like they generally forgive men doing creepy things way too many times.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, this guy's gonna redeem himself, or she's gonna fall for him, like because he's persistent. Or I was really upset, and then I was so happy when he died. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was yeah, and then all that like being in jail stuff and like that happened in this book, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
no, being in jail stuff.
Okay, never mind.
Wait,
What was that from?
No,
Well, they have the trial at the end.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and he was horrible. No, that was gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't good.
It had some things where it was a very young adult tone, but then some stuff would just come out of nowhere, like, whoa, that's adult. Like
Yeah.
the creeps, like threatening her, like it was almost like a sexual threat when she was in that jail that made me feel very uneasy.
She got beat up pretty good. Like that was rough. And Aldrich doesn't really do much. Like I don't really understand why he didn't come to her aid at all, really, in that time.
Yeah.
Like
No, he didn't.
He didn't really. Like he could have been like, I was there, I saw what happened.
No,
I'm
he
the
refused
prince."
to say that because she was covering for him that he wasn't supposed to be out that night or something.
No, I don't know. It seems stupid.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he was really helpful at all.
No.
She's just funny.
He was creepy. He threw her off a building and almost murdered her. And
That
then
was pretty bad.
then
He's like, well, I thought that was gonna work.
but
Yes,
also
it did, but also look at me.
but I hated him at first, and then he kind of redeemed himself for me.
You know what's interesting?
little
When I read the review, I read some reviews because I'm like, am I the only one who thinks this guy's kind of a douchebag? And I looked at some of the reviews, and like all these girls were like, I hated him, but I loved him because he was such a bad boy. And I'm like, no, he wasn't. He was a douchebag.
No,
He wasn't really a bad guy. He was just kind of an asshole.
I used to be into that kind of like broody guy, and now I'm just like, get your shit together, okay? I don't need to deal with your issues. You're going to be a dick to me. We don't even need to discuss it anymore.
It's like relationships have enough drama. You don't need to invent any.
Yeah.
Right?
Or it's not the woman's job to take an asshole and make him tolerable.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fixing him. I gotta fix him. I gotta fix him.
I'm gonna fix him.
Fix him.
Kim Kuzma says he doesn't get awesome until book 3.
Oh.
Well,
Well, that's a lot of investment.
that's a lot of years to invest in a guy.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of reading investment I was talking about.
Yeah.
Toronto Gal has a really good comment. She says, when Vaginal Fantasy goes off the air, the usage of Google Hangouts technology will drop by 100%.
You know, it probably will. I think I told you guys this before. When I worked for Discovery Channel for their YouTube department, we came up for Google LA. They did a presentation on Google Hangouts, and we were the example.
I was the first Google
yeah.
Hangout. I was a pilot program before Geek and Sundry launched, and I thought that was a really cool. We even did a whole slate of shows around it because I really believed in it, and they just kept screwing it up and more and screwing it up more. They actually, the interface is different now. They have a whole option now that just came out today or yesterday, where you could just start live streaming from the YouTube app without having a third-party person.
Oh.
So they're actually going to make it easier, I guess, but I don't care.
Are they trying to compete with Twitch? Is that why?
I think so, yeah.
That's why. Yeah. I remember when Geek and Sundry had that, they had a Google Hangout show that was just for authors.
Yeah, we had 4. We had a whole
there was
slate.
one just for like makers, like people that make stuff. And then
Parents, and there was
parents.
a adventure game.
Yeah.
It was good stuff. It's just they didn't support any of it.
Well, we were the coolest. So
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah.
He's
obviously.
still standing 6 years later, man.
I know.
Last one to go down. Anyway, do you guys, okay, we had some really good questions on the forum about these books. You know, we're not going to go into, we have 2 books to talk about and we're down a host, but we have some good questions here.
Okay.
What element would you like to control if you could choose? Kirsten asked.
Are we going with the like how they work in this world?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the 4 elements or 5 elements.
Yeah, it's not the elements on the periodic table because if so, I claim zinc.
Why would you do zinc?
I think that's the thing that you need the most in your body, and that's what all nickels and pennies are made from, right?
So you would just be able to control all change?
Okay, now that you say that, it sounds really lame.
I'm gonna be sodium because I'm salty.
Actually, sodium would be good because you could kill people very easily or make them buoyant, or you could change the ocean.
That's true. What about I would be helium because it's rare and there's only a finite number and I like balloons.
And it's explosive, so you could blow shit up.
I could blow shit up, but also I could be pretty and fly through the air.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to be the element of surprise.
And you can talk like this.
Hey, everybody, I'm going to save you.
I used to do prank calls with the helium voice for a while. That was fun. When I was like 10.
Oh, I was about to say last year.
No, because I don't think you could do prank calls now because it's not the same when you have a landline and you just randomly.
And I don't answer.
No one answers
phone number. I don't answer my phone if I don't know who it is.
I don't either. And also the new iPhones, if you get the new ones, it tells you if it's a telemarketer before you even have to.
Really?
Yeah. It'll say informational call or telecall.
I've never had that happen. I always just have, you know what I could tell? It's always a robocall is that it's the first 6 numbers of my number. And then it's different. And whenever I see that, I'm just like automatically block. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
That's spoofing. Yeah. I have there's a couple of apps like Truecaller and Haya. that you can both install, and they
Oh.
update their databases regularly for spam and telemarketer numbers.
That's
So
pretty
they
cool.
you can act, and you can use iPhone in your settings to use those as like the default, like whatever. I got distracted because there's a guy in the chat room named Ryan Block.
Is that your?
It's not. It's a different
What?
spelling of the last name, but I was just like, "Are you my husband?"
That's really
I'm
weird.
confused.
That's kind of creepy in a way.
He says he's not my husband. He said, "Sorry, I'm
Are you
not."
sure?
So, are you sure?
Is there anyone in the chat room named Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Okay, wait. So what? Okay, like what element would you control in this world, in the
Okay.
Awakens world? I would do fire because I just love fire.
The fire sounded like the dopest.
Yeah, it
for
does,
sure.
of course, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Veronica?
I mean, you don't really meet an Earth person until the second book, and it sounded okay. But I think fire is still kind of like the most badass.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the air stuff seems pretty neat too. We're gonna
Yeah,
learn
because
more about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
the air stuff. I like the idea that they were all like persecuted. That's why I kind of want to keep reading the books because
Mhm.
the first one I really hated the first chapter so much, and then once I got through the first couple chapters, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
Because she's like in love with the brother, and it's like, oh, he's the pretty bad boy, and then she runs into the bad boy brother, and it's like, ugh, and then it got
He
better.
turns out to actually be a good guy,
Exactly.
like a nice guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just trying to protect her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do water. Mainly
Oh, that's good.
because I can't swim. So I
Mhm.
feel like the one
Mhm.
thing that's probably going to kill me, it would be good if I could control it. But also, I wonder if that means I could control your water that's in your body. And
Oh
I
yeah,
could
you
make-
could. You can melt
Okay, cool.
somebody.
Yeah, I want water because in that way I can just kill people all the time if I
Okay,
don't
good.
like them.
Yeah. So it's all about murdering with these.
Well,
I
self-defense. I mean, if you're going to be in this world, witches and anyone with magic is considered bad, and so they're constantly trying to protect themselves from
Really,
like.
I don't understand. Yeah, because world building where the magic people are bad, I just don't understand that because it's so useful. You'd feel like
But
But
that's
they're
with
scared
every.
of them.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's old school. I mean that's what Merlin was about, like the TV show Merlin. They outlawed
They're
witchcraft.
scared of them, like intellectuals.
Mhm.
Yeah, or people that can make bread really
You were
easily.
supposed to laugh at that, but nobody laughed at that.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, it's fine.
Well,
It's not
no, 'cause
funny.
we
It's not
live-
funny because it's true.
It's true, because Veronica, we live in a country where smart people are feared.
I know. That was the joke. That's
Yeah.
the joke.
That's the joke.
That's the
It's
joke.
really funny.
Okay, I get it.
It's
Okay.
super funny.
Here's another question. How would you would you rather be part of the tower or remain in the library? Pros of the tower is that you would have magic, but the downside is since the day that you could die, since they seem to use sorcerers as soldiers. Meanwhile, the library may be a little dull, but some of you are relatively safe. Your boss is super nice, and you get to hang out with books all day. Well, the way you put that, Stephanie, I would want to stay in the library, although I was so infuriated at the book that she kept going, I don't know if I want to join the tower. I'm like, get in the tower.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
mean,
don't get in the tower, so get in the tower.
Yeah.
you would think behind me I would say library because I've been living in a library pretty much my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say tower.
Yeah, tower. But that's what.
Yeah.
But they were gonna. But first of all, she could murder people because she doesn't know how to control
Yeah.
her stuff. So she needs to get her stuff together.
Yeah.
Second of all, they seem to be pretty sweet there, and they had their own books.
Yeah, they still have a library. They just don't have that library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Well, that's a moot point. Next question. Then we're gonna move on to Karen member. Well, we have a couple other. Okay. Are you a fan? This is a good one, just as a general.
Or you
What?
could be in the magicians and be a librarian and have magic.
Ooh, good plug for magicians.
Magicians. Poppy on magicians. You guys watched, didn't you? Okay. I really.
By the
love
way,
that
I
part.
have a cool thing for magicians for you. By
What?
the way, I got a magician's notebook, and I got magician's playing cards and a magician drinking glass because I'm on the press list, so I get free magician shit.
Nice.
Let's talk
I don't
about
need
how it was bullshit that Felicia wasn't in the musical episode. That was
I know!
bullshit. That was bullshit.
That was like made for you. What the fuck?
I mean, listen, they said 3 episodes, but also they never know. Hopefully, crossing fingers, they bring me back. And
I mean, I'm still
maybe get to
upset
do the musical episode
that
next
you
year.
weren't on the Supernatural musical. You weren't on the Buffy musical.
I know.
I'm still angry angry they never made a Eureka musical.
I know.
I mean, come on.
I've been doing a lot. I've been doing singing on the voiceover. I did the My Little Pony singing, which was my favorite.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Okay.
Okay. Are you in a general way? Are you a fan of love triangles? And is this a love triangle? Would you define it as a love triangle? Does it become a love triangle?
Is the only love triangle I can see moving forward is maybe between the two brothers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But no, she doesn't love him. I don't think she doesn't care about the other brother.
No.
It's not a love triangle
No.
if you don't give a shit about the other dude.
I accidentally read a romance book one time where both brothers got it on with a girl, and I thought that was the grossest thing. Yes, I was so grossed out I had to stop reading it. It was
That's like that whole thing with twins. Like I don't know.
No, yes, ew, yes.
Like I don't. That just seems like I could totally do it with clones because it's still the same person. Kind of like in Watchmen. You know, in Watchmen when he like. The blue guy like separates himself into many blue guys.
Oh, you would be okay with many blue guys on one?
Yeah, because it's the same guy. It's the same guy. But when it's twins, they're still related. That's still incest. That's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, it's gross, right?
Yeah, that's
not. Like you totally ignore the other person.
Well, also, the problem with threesomes is that they're a lot of work, and there's always someone who's bored. It's like a team project. I'm not good with team projects, so I'm not for them. But I feel like it's just too much work. It's too much work.
But the love triangle is like one person is trying to decide between the two. It's not a threesome.
Oh
we did that. Remember that horrible book, Flesh or something? Oh.
It was terrible.
Oh, so bad.
That
also,
was,
just like I don't want to hear. I don't want to think about that.
Definitely didn't reread those last couple of chapters a few times on my own terms.
Yeah, I didn't highlight them.
Definitely did not save those weirdly in bookmarks for later.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Making me blush.
Terribly written.
Do we make Felicia blush? Is it on the blush? Is blushometer? I feel like we're bringing back our old tropes.
I know. Me messing up all the tech.
Yeah, tiny wine reference. You blushing. This is good.
We're not going to have anything for number 69.
Oh, we'll have plenty for 69.
We'll figure it out.
We'll have plenty.
Okay. One more question on this book, and then we will. Let's see. Oh no, let's just move on to the next book.
You sure?
Yeah, let's move on. I mean,
can we not spoil it too much? Because I am reading it and I do like it.
No, we won't spoil it.
Well, we won't spoil it that much. I mean, honestly, I had to read it really quick because I wanted to get to the end, but I didn't. I would actually, and the second book came out today. So let me read the description.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the second book came out today. I'm kind of excited to. Okay, so let's see. I got to get the description up, you guys, and it has a really cool cover, which none of us have because I ordered everybody in ebook. Okay, and I'm going to do a voice because it's in written in the vernacular, okay? You ain't going to like what I have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. See, my name is Karen Memory, like memory only spelt with an E, and I'm one of the girls what works in the Hotel Moncherry on Amity Street. Hotel has a little hat over the O like that, so it's French, so Beatrice tells me. See that? That's my accent.
Wait, what accent is this?
I don't know. Set in the late 19th century, when the city we now call Seattle Underground was the whole town and still on the surface, when airships plied the trade routes, would-be gold miners were heading to the gold fields of Alaska and steam-powered mechanicals stalked the waterfront. Karen is a young woman on her own and is making the best of her orphan state by working in Madame Damnable's high-quality bordello. Through Karen's eyes, we get to know the other girls in the house, a resourceful group, and the poor and the powerful of the town. Trouble erupts one night when a badly injured girl arrives at the door begging sanctuary, followed by the man who holds her indenture and has a machine that can take over anyone's mind and control their actions. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the next night brings a body dumped in their rubbish heap, a streetwalker who's been brutally murdered. Elizabeth Bear brings alive this Jack the Ripper yarn of the Old West with a light touch in Karen's own memorable voice and a mesmerizing evocation of classic steam-powered science. That is a long description, but it is totally accurate. That's exactly what the book was, you guys.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's getting darker in my apartment. Sorry. Okay, yes, I agree.
Are you okay? Do you not have light?
No. It's because no, I have light. It's weird because I don't have a bulb for my regular cool YouTube lighting, so I have every light in the kitchen on right now, so I'm hoping this works. But continue.
Oh no, it was a book that I picked because I was actually going to pick it instead of Air Awakens, and I saw that Air Awakens was 99 cents each, and I was like, oh, we'll just get the cheap book. And then I was like, I couldn't get this one out of my head because I like the idea of steampunk and a brothel, and it turned out to be a lesbian romance as well.
Yeah,
so
it was good. It was good.
It got everything. It's got punch, 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 except for graphic sex, which I kind of was expecting a little bit more of. But knowing Elizabeth Dare as a writer, I knew that it wasn't going to be that total sexy time. But I really liked it. I felt like it was kind of hard to get into. The first, 6 or 7 chapters are a little hard to. Yeah, I felt it was kind of hard to get in and to get what's going on. But then the plot really picks up around 7 or 8, and it really gets going. And the ending is amazing.
It kind of reminded me a little of like a female version of Ripper Street. Have you ever watched that series?
What is that?
Ripper Street's on Netflix, and it takes place in Whitechapel when the police constabulary have not captured Jack the Ripper, but they have to continue on as the police, and they've all the citizens of Whitechapel have completely lost faith in the police department because they never found Jack the Ripper. So they still have this threat of Jack the Ripper is not been caught, but then their forensic examiner is like this American doctor who was in the army, and he's kind of got he's got like a Doc Holliday kind of feeling to him, and has his love interest is the head of the brothel. And so there's a lot of brothely things going on.
Cool.
But it's a really good series, and I think it's 3 seasons or 4 seasons. I'm not sure, but it's all on Netflix if you guys want to watch it. But that that backdrop and that era kind of reminded me of this.
Wow. I mean, it's a really cool ambiance, and it dealt with steampunk in a way that I felt was kind of believable in a way.
Yeah, totally.
And I loved, especially if you get toward the end of the book, a lot of, I don't want to spoil it because a lot of people said they haven't read it because we only picked it like 14 days, like 2 weeks ago. So I don't want to discourage or ruin anything, but there are some really cool steampunk elements that come through, and it really just feels. I think Sherry Priest, who did Bone Shaker, and this book, I think, are some of the most successful in making steampunk believable.
Yeah, I think that, and also, I mean, I thought Iron Duke was pretty believable.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Steampunk.
I loved that book.
I know. I can't think of Friday without thinking of Frenzy Friday. I really can't.
Did that author ever do more? Let me just look.
I don't know, because I would love to read more Iron Duke type stories like that. I'm a big fan of steampunk. It never lost its like appeal, even though we like to make fun of it sometimes. And definitely like, I remember, was it the last season of The Guild that kind of
yes. Well, no, it was season 5. We had a whole
steampunk's cross. There was like a story arc about Robin Thorson's character joining the steampunk kids at a convention. And I know it's like those people are kind of fun to make fun of because they're borderline Ren Fen people. But I love fiction that's set in a steampunk background because I think it's so, I mean, I'm a big Jules Verne fan. Like I love all of that kind of world building. And it's plausible. It's plausible that at some point our universe could have taken a different turn and we could still be in that kind of Victoriana, but all these magnificent flying machines and things. So, you know, it could have been like a different kind of Elon Musk of that era. But I don't know. I love steampunk fiction. So I was a big fan of this book.
Just FYI, Mel Jean Brooke has a 4th book. There's 4 books in the Iron Seas and like a novella. I read the first 3, but I did not read The Kraken King, which looks really good, you guys.
You had me at Kraken
King. Zenobia, I think one of the characters from another one of the things. And the reviews say there's a lot of racy parts.
I kind of really want a Kraken tattoo. I've been thinking about that for a while.
Have you seen Will Wheaton's? Or he has an octopus, but it's kind of it's Kraken-esque. But it's amazing octopus all the way up. It's a sleeve. And it's
Speaking of Kraken, check this puppet out.
I'll just get that puppet.
Kraken puppet.
That's awesome.
My friend Kevin, who was on the Joko cruise with me, he went to my Admiral Sackbar craft demonstration, and instead of making Admiral Sackbar, he made me a little Kraken.
Well, now I can't get a Kraken if Will has a Kraken.
It's not a Kraken. It's Ian Albert says yes. Will's tattoo is it's a just Google it. I think it's just an octopus.
No, it's just an octopus. It's not a Kraken. It's just his is an octopus. Because I was gonna get a tattoo of a giant Kraken taking down an old timey ship, but I'm gonna get a tattoo.
That's
of my
what
dog.
I want.
Well, I'm gonna get a tattoo of my dog Sophie first.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna get anytime soon.
Let's get matching Kraken tattoos.
Okay.
Okay.
Will's is just an octopus. It's a red octopus.
Okay,
It's
that's
so
cool.
cool.
That's
though.
pretty
You gotta,
dope.
yeah, you gotta just go Will Wheaton tattoo.
I did.
Oh,
He
okay.
keeps
Pretty
adding to it too. He's got some pretty impressive ink.
He does. He has this wife's heartbeat on his, which I think is the most romantic.
Aww.
I know. Would it be creepy if I got Anne Wheaton's heartbeat on me too?
Yes,
Oh,
that
look,
would
there's
be
actually a
creepy.
picture of you and Will when you have tiny short hair and you look so cute.
Oh,
He's showing off his tattoo at Comic-Con.
It's very cute.
You look adorable.
What
Okay,
did you?
anyway.
Okay, so Veronica, you haven't finished it, so we don't want to spoil it. We didn't really have a lot of questions either. What did you think of the first-hand account of Karen Memory? Do you think it makes it easier to connect with the character? Did you find the writing style to be off-putting? Because there's a lot of vernacular and a lot of misspellings and a lot of like accenty stuff. And it is the first person where she's kind of not ignorant, but she has a very, it's not an omniscient point of view. You're definitely in the mind of a sort of uneducated lesbian hooker.
yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
interesting.
No, I think it's not giving me trouble at all. I think it's making me more maybe I don't think so. I don't I'm enjoying it a lot so far.
Yeah.
It's almost like a steampunk tipping the velvet.
And it really doesn't feel steampunk to me. I mean, they just keep mentioning, right? I'm still early. So all they've really mentioned is the machine that like, can pull bullets out or whatever. So, I mean, that's really the only steampunky reference I've gotten so far. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a device that is not tied to this world, really, to this, like, if I was just doing normal history. So yeah, I was like, okay, so this is like a steampunk novel. I've been doing that a lot recently, especially with sword and laser books. Like I don't read anything about them until I start reading them. So I figure out what they're about as I go in. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, oh, I think this is a steampunk novel. Actually.
Oh, really? You don't like read reviews?
No, I don't even. Sometimes I don't even read the descriptions.
Wow, that's
reading
hardcore.
That's hard. Isn't that off-putting? It's kind of like closing your eyes and eating dinner without knowing what you're eating. Isn't that? It takes a while to kind of get used to, right?
It's kind of like going to a movie and purposely not seeing trailers beforehand. Because I did that with Annihilation because I knew Annihilation was going to be trippy and weird, and I know that the book is just super out there. And I didn't read the book yet either, so I was like, I'm going to go this movie, not see the trailers, and it was the most magnificent sci-fi movie I've seen since Alien. And there wasn't any like dumb like girl save me romance bullshit. It was like a predominantly all female cast, really good science, beautiful to watch, horrifying scenes that are giving me nightmares. And it's very hard to give me nightmares. And if it's a horror film, I'm so picky about horror films. And this movie was it's a movie that makes you think. So now I want to go back and read the book, even though I know the book is not as close to the movie as most book to movie type things are. But now that you say that about books, Veronica, I kind of want to start doing that where I don't look up anything about the book. I just go purely on recommendations from friends and don't do any research.
I did it with the Star Wars movies, and I'm so glad I did because I just went in blind, and it took a lot of effort, believe me.
Yeah.
And when I went in, I just enjoyed them so much because I wasn't imposing anything on there. And also trailers give away everything nowadays.
They do.
There's no point in watching a movie.
And the weird thing is sometimes there's shit in trailers that aren't even in the movies. So they're really like
Rogue One was completely different from Rogue the movie. Like I feel like they cut that movie and then they did a bunch of reshoots and they changed the movie around, which is disappointing because I kind of liked the trailer idea.
Well, it's because
originally
I think Rogue One was too dark and Disney was so paranoid because it's the first one-off that's not part of the Luke Skywalker type story. That they tried to make it a little more lighthearted, but it was
going to say something controversial. Maybe
say it.
I think Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie.
Oh wow!
I might have to agree.
I think it's the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I saw to me in seeing the trailer and then seeing the movie, I could see that they reshot scenes to make her as a character more likable, and that irritated me because what appealed to me was there was a woman who was not giving any fucks, and
Yeah.
she just didn't care, and she was aggressive, and she didn't need to be liked by everybody. And I hate it when women are always made to be likable.
I know, I don't get that. I don't get that. Like, you know, when you watch Alien and Aliens, Sigourney Weaver's character is not really that likable. I mean, she is kind of a no-nonsense. She's sick of stupid men. And she's kind of bitchy in a good way. And I like that because they don't try to soften her up.
She's a real person, and she's a leader, and she got shit done. Exactly. And I felt like that's what I was going to get from Rogue One. And when I saw, it was pretty obvious. I could see the scenes they reshot. It was clearly in mind to steer her in a more Hollywood likable way. So that's what I was resistant to, even though I'd love the movie. So
I will say with Alienation, those women are not
alienation.
I'm not alienation. Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Alienation is something different.
Was a good show when I was a kid, but they did not
was. Well, isn't that what the Will Smith TV show on Netflix with the it's his cop buddy,
right? Oh no.
No, but doesn't that remind you of Alienation? Wasn't that about the cops as well?
Oh my god.
Wasn't that? Are you sure?
No.
I thought it was about a human and an alien.
An orc. No, they're orcs. It's fantasy.
No, I know.
Bright,
it's fantasy.
bright.
It's the same premise as
Aswan says bright. He nailed it. Okay.
Cool. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do
that.
that.
I think my favorite fighting scene was the throne room scene from The Last Jedi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
Really I think that's one of my favorite fighting scenes of all time.
Yes.
I will agree with that 100%. Yeah.
100%. 100%. I couldn't watch Bright because in the first scene he beats a fairy to death, and I'm like,
what?
No, it's the worst thing, Veronica. And I was like, this is not funny. Somebody thinks this is funny.
It's horrible.
If you did that to a pigeon, I would not watch this movie either. But that was a human. Tiny human.
I'm totally against fairy abuse.
Exactly. I couldn't watch the rest of the movie. It could have been the best movie ever. I was like, I can't do it.
No, I can't.
Gross. It's gross.
They killed a fairy. You're dead to me, Will Smith.
No, yeah. There should be some sort of fairy justice when that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, we don't really want to talk more about that book. I do want to give a shout out to all. Well, I want to give a shout out to Sean Sandalooky.
Yeah,
let's talk a little bit about Sean, because without Sean, this group would have ended about a year ago. And I'm sure we'll talk more about Sean in our last hangout, because literally it's the only reason we were able to keep this group going, because he is an amazing moderator, and he kept the group going and everything organized. And he started our Discord. And if you aren't on the Discord, just get on there, because it's super fun and lots of people there chatting. But his efforts and his dedication to the group have been so appreciated. So I want to do a little applause to Sandalooky, because amongst many others, he is top dog. Also, he gives us a book roundup, and I want to give a big shout out to the local meetups we've had. We've had a lot of feedback this week after announcing the end of the hangout about how people created their own local hangout and how it improved their life and how they love it and how they added books to their life, and they shared it with people online or people they met and became really good friends with around the group. So this month, the Yearning Yinzers met in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the Abbey on Butler. The Viking Booty, one of our oldest groups, met in Sweden in a Google Hangout. Cloudy with a Chance of Clitlit met in Seattle, Washington at Third Place Commons. The Vaginistas met in a Google Hangout, another one of our very long-standing local groups. The Wanton Wisconsinites met in Milwaukee at the 42 Ale House. The Central European Tarts met in a Google Hangout, again, another one of our very old school groups. Beers, Books, and Boobs met in Ann Arbor, Michigan at Frida Baditos. Books, Booze, and Board Games met in London. The Naughty Nashvillians met in Nashville at the ML Roseburger. The Vaginal Fantasy NoHo Cream Pies met in the Guild at the Guild Hall in North Hollywood. Beaver Tails met in Ottawa, Ontario at the library. Shameless in St. Louis met in St. Louis at the Stone Spiral Coffee House. And the Frugal Fannies, which I think is a new one, met in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So we have all these great local groups, and I'm really hoping that even though we don't do this hangout once a month, you guys still keep meeting, keep coordinating and voting on a main pick, and just keep reading, because honestly, it's such a great community, and we really do want you guys to continue.
Mhm.
And the cream pies that are meeting in North Hollywood, let me know and I'll come to your meetings.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, and I'm definitely going to be stopping in and seeing what books, and if the book looks fun, I'm definitely going to be reading along. So we're not just piecing out. We're just can't coordinate a hangout with 4 people live anymore. Which,
well, it's also, we got other stuff going on. Like, you're super busy. Veronica has yet another book club that's awesome. Sword and Laser.
Yeah.
And also,
Come join us.
And she's working full time. And then I'm trying to get more writing done, but then I'm going to start a new show either on YouTube or Twitch where it's like My Drunk Kitchen, but it's crafting.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick really complicated crafts and then get drunk and try to make them with special guests, which you guys are always welcome to be on the show.
I will definitely guest on that.
Yeah, because I want to pick people who don't necessarily like crafting either. So it's kind of like my old show, Geek DIY, but I'm in charge, so I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that Kyle is probably going to be doing stuff too. So
yeah,
it's
and
not
I'm going to be doing my own podcast, and every week I'll recommend a book, and it'll be of every many genres, nonfiction, and I won't be doing a book club, but I will be doing recommendations. So,
and you're on Twitch quite a bit, right? Are you on Twitch, Veronica?
I try to stream once a week on Saturday nights. Sean still isn't modded here. That's ridiculous. Sean Sandalooky who keeps the spine of the group, is not modded on
YouTube.
That's hilarious.
No, I'm not on Twitch. Well, I have a Twitch account, but I haven't done it since I broke my wrist like 3 years ago. So have not been gaming much these days.
But Sword and Laser is an amazing book club. You guys can join if you are interested, and just keep watching this and reading. So I think we're gonna wrap it up because we don't have much else to talk about. We're gonna do one more hangout, you guys, number 69, and I don't know when that will be.
That's super appropriate, though. You have to admit,
it is more appropriate. I actually was thinking that. I was like, maybe just name it 69.
Yeah, I think that, and also Kyla, hopefully, will not have Ebola or whatever she's going through right now, and we can all do this together as a group, and it'll be a good send off.
Yeah, and we won't be doing it till after April 10th, guys, because I'm out of town and everything. So what we will announce on the Discord and post on the Goodreads forum about this last, and it'll just be a celebration. And if you guys will be taking questions and comments from you guys in the chat to really reminisce about it or talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So we won't be doing a book necessarily, but Sean and the forum will be picking another book to read for April. And I love the Discord because you guys can do live chats and comment about the book in live thing, and it really just makes it a lot more fun. So
yeah, and I'll keep retweeting people on our social, people that are sharing their favorite memories of our show. So check on the Vaginal Fantasy Twitter, and then I'll post some stuff over on our Facebook and Tumblr and Google Plus if people besides me are still using Google.
I've not gone on Google Plus in like 4 years.
I know. That's okay. Like I'm using Ello. I don't even think people are even on Ello anymore. I'm still on Friendster. So I don't.
No, you're not.
I am. Yes, I am. You can look me up. You can look me up on Friendster and MySpace. Thank you very much.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I logged into my MySpace and I was so traumatized by it that I just was like, how do I delete this forever?
It's kind of weird because I went back to my MySpace too, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so junky looking. It looks like a bad IT
it's
crowd.
Not even a real MySpace anymore. It's
Timberlake bought it, and it's a music site now.
Yeah, so you can't even see your profile anymore.
Yeah, you can.
Crazy.
No, you can't.
I will find you your profile and
find me my profile. I want to see
and link it to it. Okay. Yeah, I want to see my profile too.
Yeah, I will find it, and I will find your Friendster profiles if you ever had one.
I had a Bebo and an Orcut, and I had like 5 others too.
I had a Pounce.
Oh, Pounce!
Pounce was fun.
Yeah.
I never got the Pounce. I don't know how I missed that one. You were always on the cutting edge, though.
I still use Periscope, so I'm so behind.
Oh God.
I don't know.
What about Meerkat? What happened to that one?
I'm all about the Instagram, though. I love those Instagram.
You know what's really sad?
We have fun Instagrams.
Yeah. Is that I still have a LiveJournal blog.
That's owned by the Russians.
And George R. R.
True.
Martin. George R. R. Martin still
He
uses
still does
his.
too. He
He
does.
uses LiveJournal. You know, it's owned by Russian oligarchs, and it's like the terms of service are like you can't use it anymore. You need to get off there.
No, I know.
It's crazy.
I put gay stuff in there because they're so anti-gay and they don't catch it. So
Oh, you basically just like stop by just to do that and be like,
yeah, pretty much. I just put like pro-bisexual posts up just to freak them out. They don't ever delete them, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Okay, well, guys, check the forum for our wrap up. It'll be in April sometime, and I think you guys are all awesome, and I hope that you continue to check the forums and go to the Discord because the YouTube channel probably won't be used as much unless 4 people step up and really want to rehost. We'll see what happens. Okay, we'll see you guys next month. So number 68, blue ball.
No, 69 is next. So
I know, but we're 68 now. We're blue balling.
Oh yeah, we're blue balling now.
Yeah, blue balling. Boop,
I don't know. I feel like we need a more. That needs to have more feminist term. So maybe aqua vag.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Aqua vag. Got it. Cerulean cliff.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes. We do not disappoint ever.
See you next time.
Bye.